Hi, my name is Jesse, and I'm here today at Samovar Tea Lounge with Karter Lewis, who's in straight from Asia on a tea buying trip and teapot designing experience. Karter has been involved with the tea movement in America and has been a strong part of the new generation of tea. And really, he's here to talk today about tea and food. So thanks for coming in, Karter.
My pleasure.
So tea these days is like a new artisan product, and I think a lot of people are looking at food in a similar way. So maybe you have something to say about what to look for and what to think about when you're pairing tea with food.
I think the basic principle about food pairing is to remember that tea is very delicate. So you don't want to overpower the tea. You can have tea with any food. So I think the most important thing is what you want to feature, where you want the focus. So either you want the focus on the tea or the food, or maybe you want them to be in harmony together, to make a presentation together. But I think it goes without saying, you cannot have tea without food.
So we have here some buckwheat granola with fruit and yogurt. What do you have for tea?
Well, I chose the gyokuro because I think in the morning you want something that's going to give you energy. And I think the balance between sort of the sweetness and bitterness of the yogurt and the sweetness of the granola and the fruit, you have that like tangy thing going on. So I think the gyokuro is a really nice complement. It's very fresh, very green, very earthy, very bright. It's great for in the morning. Will keep you alert. But also, if you're trying to get away from coffee, or even if you just want a really good, delicious alternative to coffee, I think chai is the perfect thing in the morning with granola. I mean, chai will go with anything, bacon and eggs or whatever you want to do. You can have chai instead of coffee. But it's wonderful in the morning, especially with the granola, which looks really good.
Great. This is a Moorish platter.
Moorish platter.
It's like a mint salad and a kind of
Mint
Mediterranean
salad.
thing going on. So what do you think would be a good tea to pair with this one? We have salad again.
Well, here you have a myriad of flavors, olives, kind of bitter. You have the stuffed grape leaves, the cheese, halloumi cheese, one of my favorite cheeses, and the vinaigrette. So you have a lot of things going on. You have the cheese stuffed inside the dates, the goat cheese. So with that, I think you want something more refreshing. You want to constantly cleanse the palate, So very complex dish, but a very simple beverage, tea-esque beverage solution. Because actually, there's no tea here. This is spearmint and lavender and herbal infusion.
Okay.
So very refreshing. But what you could also do with this, I have a little surprise for you. You could do Moorish mint. This is very, very well-known tea service. And it has the syrup, sugar syrup. Ours is all natural sugarcane syrup. And a very heavily concentrated mix of a little green tea, a lot of pungent herbs, and mint.
Okay, so like a traditional mint tea?
Very traditional mint tea, yeah.
Okay.
That would be perfect with this.
Wow, so you have mint and mint. Is that okay?
Of course, mint and mint. Why not mint and mint? It's very refreshing.
Just thinking about what you're looking for in bringing out, highlighting the flavors.
I think if you had this, even though you eat the olives and the cheese, you could still kiss your date at the end of the date.
Well, then it's a good meal.
Yeah, it's a good meal.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, now we're about to dig into a coconut tofu curry. So what do we have? What do you suggest for tea?
Wow, to go with the basmati rice with all the Indian spices and raita, traditional raita, Indian raita. This is a very, very spicy dish, very powerful, a lot of flavors going on. So I think you're definitely going to want a tea that stands up to it. Black tea, any black tea can stand up to it. Even a pu'er tea is good. But I would stay away from a white tea or green tea.
Why?
You won't taste anything,
Okay.
basically. But I think tried and true, if you're going to do something like this, very Indian, you have to do a pot of chai. It's very easy. You just boil the spices with milk and sugar on the stove, you strain it, and there you have chai. Anyone can make chai. It's a perfect complement to this dish.
What if I don't drink milk?
You can make it with soy milk and honey.
Really? Okay. Well, that looks great. So here we have a Chinese-style stir-fry, and some pumpkin dumplings and brown rice. What do you think is a good tea to pair with this one?
Oh, well, I think the Wu Yi Oolong is a perfect choice for that. It's sort of earthy and woodsy, but also very aromatic. So you have the aromatic of the vegetables, the aromatic flavor of the vegetables, and of the squash, a little sweetness. This is a little floral, little aromatic flavor, so I think this is perfect. And it's Chinese, you can't go wrong. Oolong with Chinese food, I mean, you should just do it every single time.
Well, that was amazing information. It's hearing about how tea and food go so well together and learning about that. And one thing that dawns on me is the fact that tea comes from all over the world, and yet it's just one leaf. It really just levels the world. It makes it a very small place. You have all these different foods and cultures, and yet just one leaf.
Connects all that. You
brings
see it
it all
right. I
together.
think that one leaf is the key. That one leaf has so much flavor, so much complexity, amazing to cook with. There's the cooking ingredient, the miracle ingredient for cooking, the tea leaf. Who would have thought?
I know. And how it brings people together at the same time.
Exactly.
It's really a quite amazing thing.
Exactly.
Well, I guess we may as well start
Should
eating
we
and
eat?
drinking.
Someone's got to eat it.
Let's do
Okay.
it.